Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. You guessed it, we are back with another transfer portal update video. Dropped two videos yesterday, but news continued to come out throughout the evening, so I had to jump back on here, make another video talking about the portal this morning. And I got to start with one of the guys we talked about yesterday, and that is Kendrick Breedlove, corner from Purdue, 5'11", 185 pound. You see the tweet there on the screen from Woody Womack over at Rivals.com. Says, despite recently announcing a commitment to Arizona State, I'm told transfer DB Kendrick Breedlove will be visiting Tennessee tomorrow. Now, tomorrow is now today, but before that visit ever even got started, it got shut down. We talked about yesterday in the video how Breedlove committed to Ole Miss out of high school, spent 2 seasons there, but then he jumped in the portal off to Colorado. After that year, jumped in the portal off to Purdue. Now he's back in the portal again, committed to Arizona State earlier this week, but wanted to take this visit to Tennessee. And again, it got shut down before it ever got started. Austin Price over at VolQuest said that both sides looked at it here, and because he has bounced around so much, the credits didn't line up for him to transfer to Tennessee. So it's not that he was a bad student. It's not that he struggled in the classroom or he was a troublemaker. It just didn't line up. They couldn't get the credits to line up for this transfer to take place. So that got shut down as soon as it got started. But what was interesting was at the end of that update, Austin Price said the search for depth at corner continues. And when we've talked about Tennessee and the transfer portal, we've talked about interior offensive linemen. We've talked about interior defensive linemen, wide receivers, running backs. We've never really mentioned the secondary, specifically the corner position. And when I made that video yesterday, I kind of talked about that. I was like, it's kind of interesting that Tennessee is looking to the portal. Well, about an hour after that video, the news comes out that Jermod McCoy, starting cornerback for Tennessee, suffered an ACL injury while training down in Texas, going to have surgery, going to miss all of spring camp. I saw a lot of comments on that video saying, well, Boogie, we're going after him because Jermod McCoy suffered an ACL injury. Well, I don't think we're looking to replace Jermod McCoy. Again, you hope that the surgery goes well. You hope that the rehab goes well. He is going to miss all of the spring, but you expect Jermod McCoy to be back for the 2025 season. So it's not about a starter. It's more about a depth piece. And that's something I kind of talked about in the video. You know, you got Ricky Gibson and Jermod McCoy as your starting corners. But we also know the more Tim Banks builds up this roster, the more depth they get across the board, the more we're going to see a rotation. We've seen it on the defensive line. Rodney Garner's going to play as many bodies as he can. We've really seen it at the linebacker position too, rotating through the 2-deep, and now we're starting to see it in the secondary. So you look at the 2-deep, you got Jalen McMurray, but who steps up? Who is that other guy in that 2-deep? Is it a freshman like Caleb Beasley? Is it a freshman like Marcus Gorey? Or is that why they are looking in the transfer portal? And again, we'll continue to keep you up to date on that. We got a couple of visits to talk about. We're going to get into it, but as always, I need you guys to do that YouTube stuff for me. Smash the thumbs up below the video. Quick, free, easy, and it does help this channel. Also, if it's your first time here, welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. We're not experts here. We don't pretend to be that. We're not insiders. We're not media. What we are is exactly what you guys are. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe, click the bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Got a fun live stream coming up Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be joined by Tennessee's latest commitment in the class of 2026 offensive tackle. Gabriel Osenda is going to be on the channel, so that'll be a fun conversation. Next Wednesday, mark it down, 7 o'clock, our annual charity stream to benefit Fisher House Foundation. We're going to have all kinds of fun guests on. We're going to kind of recap the season. We'll talk recruiting. We'll talk portal. We'll get in it. Everybody's going to be here. The same cast of characters. VolQuest.com is going to be represented. Go Vols 247. We're going to have plenty of people on hand, so make sure you come join us for that. But let's jump into it. I saw something else floating around on Twitter yesterday, and a lot of people were talking about this guy when he entered the portal, and that's Penn State wide receiver Omari Evans. You can see this tweet from Hayes Fawcett says that Omari Evans is going to visit the following schools: Tennessee, Washington, Texas Tech, and Syracuse. Now, Omari Evans, 6 foot, 189-pound wide receiver from Penn State. We know wide receiver is a position of need. We need depth. It's a youth movement. You got Braylon Staley. You got Mike Matthews. You added Amari Jefferson via the transfer portal. Of course, Chris Brazzell will be back. Boo Carter's going to jump over and play some snaps on offense, but you still need depth. You still need bodies in that wide receiver room. I think AP had said he expected Tennessee to add at least one more wide receiver in addition to Amari Jefferson. But Omari Evans spent 3 seasons at Penn State as a true freshman. He played in 13 games, had 55 receiving yards and a touchdown on 5 receptions. As a sophomore, he earned academic All-Big Ten honors, played in 11 games, finished with 4 catches for 94 yards. But this past season, the 2024 season, is when he really started to come along. He had 21 receptions for 415 yards and 5 touchdowns, 1 season of eligibility remaining. But you got to question this. Why is he saying he's going to visit Tennessee, Washington, Texas Tech, and Syracuse? Because Austin Price also shut this one down last night. AP said, don't see him visiting. He was very short and to the point when it came to talking about Omari Evans. So if he's not visiting, why is he including Tennessee in the list of teams that he is planning to visit? Now, we saw this pretty recently also with the corner from Washington, Thaddeus Dixon, listed his top 4. It was Ole Miss, it was Michigan, it was UNC, and it was Tennessee, but Tennessee was never really in play there. So why are they doing this? Is this about money? Is this about using Spire Sports Group, who's a known collective? And we could go back to Nico and talk about Nico and the alleged $8 million contract and the conversations we had on yesterday morning's video, because Newberg over at On3 said that Nico was a bust. Well, I'm not ready to call a guy that just spent his first year starting at Tennessee, set records as a freshman quarterback at Tennessee. I'm not ready to call him a bust, but we go back to when that contract was allegedly leaked, the $8 million. Why was that? Everybody knows that Tennessee has money. Now, is our NIL where it needs to be? No, I think we still need to continue to move forward, but everybody likes to talk about being an everything school. Everybody likes to talk about winning a natty in baseball. Everybody wants to make a run to the Final Four in basketball. Well, guess what? That costs money. Inspire Sports Group is in control of all of that. Do we need more money here? Yes, we do. But I think it's known that Tennessee has a pretty dang good collective, and I think these players throw Tennessee's name out there for leverage when it comes to NIL. So again, Omari Evans in the portal, lists Tennessee, but according to Austin Price, that visit is not going to happen. Kendrick Breedlove, corner from Purdue, that visit is not going to happen. It certainly seems like all doom and gloom and negative news when it comes to Tennessee and the transfer portal, but they are trending. They are trending at a position of need. This tweet came out yesterday. Tennessee is expected to host Duke starting running back Star Thomas on a visit tomorrow. Now, you know Dylan Sampson's off to the NFL. We know Khalifa Keith, Cam Seldon both hit the transfer portal. Tennessee not only needs depth, but I think Star Thomas could likely crack the rotation and not just be a body in the room. Now, a lot of you guys, I'm looking at you, Super Saiyan. I'm looking at you, Super Saiyan, in the comment section, always talks about size. We need SEC backs. We need guys with size and physicality. You lost that with Cam Seldon. You lost that with Khalifa Keith. Peyton Lewis has a little bit of size to him. Star Thomas, 6 foot, 210-pound running back from Duke. He led Duke in rushing this past season, had 213 carries, 871 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Also added 20 receptions for 153 yards. Prior to Duke, spent 2 seasons at New Mexico State. Rushed for 1,173 yards and 9 touchdowns over 2 seasons. Earned second team All-Conference USA in 2023. Other teams in the mix here for Star Thomas, Central Florida and also Cal. I think I saw he took a visit down to Central Florida, but Austin Price says it certainly feels like Tennessee is trending here, and that is before the visit even takes place. Said this thing's not close to being done, but Thomas really likes the Vols. So is that good news? Is this the type of player that you want to add via the portal? You know, it's you gotta approach this with caution, right? You go out and you add the wrong guy. Does Deshaun Bishop jump into the portal? Does Peyton Lewis jump in the portal? It's the same thing with the wide receiver position, right? It's Braylon Staley's time to shine. It's Mike Matthews' time to shine. I heard all year long, why is Mike Matthews not getting on the field? Why is Mike Matthews on the bench? Well, you're going to go out and get a receiver in the portal and watch Mike Matthews leave? Like, it is a balancing act for Josh Heupel. College football in 2025 is absolutely crazy. But I wanted to jump on here, do a quick update, let you guys know that Kendrick Breedlove will not be visiting Tennessee. Tennessee no longer in play. Omari Evans says he's visiting Tennessee. Austin Price of VolQuest.com says that visit is not going to happen. And running back from Duke, Star Thomas, is trending to Tennessee. What are your thoughts? Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. As always, smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the Talkin VAWLS merchandise. You can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. That link is in the description below. Also, shout out to the members of the channel. If you like what we do, you want to support it, you want to keep this channel moving forward, think about hitting that join button down there. Just $1 a month, or there is a link in the description where you can do that. Custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, access to fan call-in shows. But more importantly, you're keeping the lights on around here. You give us the opportunity to bring content every single day. But that is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.